All right, you guys. Super pumped to be on with you. Thanks for jumping on a Wednesday night. Going over, can you guys first off, hey, can you see that my shared screen? You guys good?
Yep.
Yes.
Sweet
Yes.
refocus. Okay, awesome. So most of us, a few people not, but most of us just finished up that initial kickstart 8 weeks of the year to get everything going, to really just kick off our focus. That's why everybody joins right at the beginning of the year. You're focused on going, but a lot of times you get 8 weeks in, 6 weeks in, and that focus sometimes start to diminish. It's hard. Real life hits us, and that's just the way it is. But as we're going, that's why it's so important. We want to stop, pause, refocus. That's why we did no challenges this week, other than just, hey, let's get our workouts in, let's get some movement in, let's work on our nutrition and just continue on. But let's pause and refocus on the things. Okay, so that leads us in to the first slide here. This is the entire presentation right here is this slide, guys, pretty much. So here it is, the process. And that's what we're all in. We're all in the process. But when we stop and pause and refocus, the first thing we want to do is pause and reflect. And this is the big reflection, at least for me, and you'll find your own, but that big reflection is, why did we start in the first place? That's always going to be that piece that connects emotionally with you. It's going to connect at the heart level and the mind level. We want that connection. Those are the ones that are powerful to us because along the way, we get the mind ones that are like, they're good. They kind of keep us temporarily going. But the ones that connect our heart and mind together are definitely the ones that keep propelling us forward on the days or the weeks or the months that get really tough. You have the busy weeks of work, or you have some illness that you're getting sick, or your kids are getting sick. It's the life stuff. We've all had those in the last 8 weeks, I think. And that's where you just have to pause, reflect, and be like, you know what? I don't actually want to quit. It's just I'm getting hit with things in a bunch of other directions. I actually do want to focus on my health, and I want to focus on being healthier for my spouse and my kids and be able to do the things that I love at a higher level. So stop and pause and reflect on why you started. Brett, why'd you start? Why'd you start in the first place?
A lot of what you just said there, family reasons. Just staying up as the kids get older and wanting to run and go, just to be able to keep up with them, and just for a longevity, not to miss out on time or skip out on doing things because you're tired or you don't feel like it or this hurts or that hurts. Another aspect of I think this was a few years ago when we had talked and I was having issues with like my back from working and stuff. And since, a lot of it was just trying to prevent just soreness and injury that way while in while in work and then finally just doing the things I love to do, hunting adventures and
Yes.
getting out there and hiking and doing the work and uh, out in the wilderness type stuff.
Absolutely, man. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So everybody just take some time tonight. Take some time the rest of the week. Pause and reflect and go deep on this. The deeper you can go, the more meaningful it's going to be for you. Okay? That's step one. Step two, it's also important to stop and look how far you've come. I think Jordan's post this week was one of those posts about like that was it. I don't know if you guys saw it, but she posted, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I went in wedding dress shopping for the first time since November and I'm down 2 sizes." Like amazing. Jordan, that had to feel good, right?
It felt really good.
Awesome. Like raise the roof on that because you probably weren't feeling that way. Like you were surprised.
I was shocked.
Yeah. And so stop and like be like, yeah, and you've dealt with some sickness the last month. Like you guys have had the ringer and you go through your house. Like you've had the struggle of that. And
Hmm.
so like those are the pieces where we stop and we look how far we've come and everybody's is gonna be a little different. Some like Randy even posted earlier this week too, and he was like, I might not have reached my goal this week on that on or this month on everything, but and my nutrition habits have improved so much. And he posted the photo of his grocery shopping. Like that's looking how far you've come. Like that's the mindset we have to have and get refocused on sometimes too. And so take that moment this week. And as we go all the time, take those moments and pause and ask yourself, like, man, like, what am I proud of myself for? And pat yourself on the back because it's important. That's step number two. Step number three is stopping and learning from our setbacks. So we have the struggles that we dealt with. Some of them we don't have a choice over, right? You get sick, kids get sick, they mess up your schedule. Those are just a setback that we can't do anything about. But we adapt to those challenges. We start adapting to them. We seek accountability. So we go to our coach or we go to the group page and we're instead of running away or thinking that people are mad or whatever that is, like a lot of us, like we just naturally run to our cave to be alone. Like that's a natural thing for so many people. I've been guilty of that so many times. And instead of going to that accountability partner, right? Like getting a hold of me and being like, dude, it's been a struggle week. Like I'm never mad at you for missing workouts. I'm not mad at that. I'm here to encourage you to keep going. So we stop and we learn from our setbacks versus being discouraged from our setbacks. There's a big difference from that, right? Learning from our setbacks versus being discouraged from our setbacks, okay? And then we just start making the changes. We can stop and be like, on step number two and pat ourselves in the back and be like, okay, well, what do I actually need to change to continue improving? And so we find some of these areas where maybe we're making excuses, or maybe we just need to be real with ourselves on a few things on why we're missing workouts. Or I just need to schedule better. I just need to be honest with myself. We can start making those progressive changes as we go. And so just continue on. That step number three is another huge one for us. Okay. Moving on to step number four, restate your goals. Make them clear. This goes right back. It's just a continuation loop. This goes right back to step number one. Pause and reflect on why you started in the first place. So then stop and restate those goals. It's super key. And that takes us to slide number three, the final slide of the presentation. If you're going to stop and reflect on your goals and restate them and make them clear, we need to be present with them daily, not just once every 8 weeks. We're pausing here at 8 weeks to refocus, but be present with those daily. Be mindful of them when you're hitting your workout or when you're preparing a meal and it kind of seems totally, I don't have the time for this, but I need to do it first so I don't go to the gas station and grab crap, and plan, make those plans in our calendar, put those workouts in. Hey, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week, I'm getting up early and I'm hammering out. Tuesday, Thursday, I'm going to sleep in a little further later because I want to catch up on some rest, and I'm going to hit my workout after work. And so you can start making these plans and make those adjustments, and then you can stick to them and make it just continuing on. All right. Keep that stuff visual. That visual aspect is so key. There's so many studies on this stuff. I'm sure you guys have seen them, but like the people who write down their goals and things like that are like 60 some percent more successful at achieving those goals. And so keep the goals in the forefront of our mind as well as where we can see them. And so a lot of times if you're not maybe some people aren't necessarily like forward thinkers because they're just more present in things. So there's nothing wrong with that. So if you're not necessarily like always forward thinking, write them down and put them in places that you can kind of see them. Write them down and you can put them on like the screensaver of your phone. So even when you're jumping on, it just pops up. I'm crushing my food this week, whatever that is. Swap it out every week. Be creative in some of these things, okay? So we can really start getting fun with all of this because at the end of the day, it is fun. I mean, it is the challenge. And that's why we're doing it too. Like we don't want to be basic. Like nobody wants to be basic. I don't think anybody would probably be even in my coaching group if you were like wanting to live super basic life. Like I feel like that's kind of the vibe that we all put off is like if we're trying to accomplish something. We want to do like we know there's more for us out there. And so sometimes even just remembering that refocusing on those little things and just like remembering that we're in life right now. And part of that living an abundant life is realizing that like we're in it right now. And that's the fun of it. Like the end goal of losing 100 pounds or gaining some muscle, like that's all good. We're going to get there. But you're going to get there and you're just going to look for the next thing. And so remembering like that you're in the thing right now is where so much of that joy comes from. And so be joyful in the whole journey of it. Don't miss it. Like you're the main character in your life, so don't miss that. Okay, you guys, that's all I have for you. I just want to take a couple minutes. That was 11 minutes, you guys. That's how college should have been. I'm just sticking it to all my college professors and letting them know. Okay, is there any questions that I can help you guys with really quick before we end the call tonight? Jordan and Kyle are good. Jason's good. Jason's on day one right now. Basically, Jason and Brennan are on their first. They actually have both worked with me in the past. These guys are awesome. But they're starting over here with some new challenges, and they're doing like a 60. They're both starting their 60-hour fast tonight to kickstart a program that they're doing. They're testing out some stuff for me, so it's going to get super fun. There's one other guy that couldn't jump on the call tonight too that's doing it too, and so wish them well with all of their water and electrolytes and no food over the next 60 hours. They're going to crush it.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Anybody else? Randy, Adam, anybody else good? Russ, I'm so good to see you, bro. Anybody else have any questions?
I'm good.
Awesome. Hey, I'm proud of you guys. Thank you for taking the time to jump on. This was a really good turnout tonight. There were supposed to be like 4 other people that just forgot that it was Ash Wednesday service tonight that were going to be on. So this is I have friends, other training guys who do online training that I'm really close with, and we help each other. And they have like 150, 200 people in their coaching groups. Like they're huge. And they have like 8 people show up. And I'm like, I have like 35 people in my coaching group right now. And look how many people are on this call. That's awesome. It really pumps me up. It really speaks to just the type of people that are in here. And I just love it. And I know schedules are insane. So it just, every week could be different. But this week was just cool how it turned out with so many people. So hope you guys have an awesome week. If you guys need anything, always DM me. Okay. Always send me messages if you have questions so I can help you. All right.
Sounds good. Thank
All
you.
right. Have a great rest of the night, you guys. See you later.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.